Well. Today we are mourning. Today is I don't know. Something is up in the air. I don't know what the hell is going on in heaven, but there must have been an argument. I don't know if they're watching. You know the Diddy case or what were the guardian angels doing? What have they been doing? They've been doing anything but guarding. But you know what? We've lost Diogo Jota in a tragic car accident. His brother as well. Not just his brother, but also on another unrelated, different location, Mohammed Al Lali, he's a Palestinian footballer, has passed away as he succumbed to injuries sustained from Israel shelling in Maghazi refugee camp in Gaza, along with more than 100 people. Something's going on. Something's going on. There's an argument. And then they decide to do landscaping right now. Really? I hope that's not too loud, but let me know if it is. We'll switch location. But yeah, it's just a crazy time. I actually I was asleep. I was asleep last night until say midnight, and then hold on, we gonna need to go inside real quick. Let me tell you how. If this continues, okay, now it's good. Now it's better. Um, let me know if it's really, if you can't hear me, then I'll just like move, change location. But anyway, so I was saying I saw the news around 2 a.m. last night because coincidentally a friend called me, somebody I hadn't talked to in a very long time, and she was also going through some stuff, and I was like, you know what, let me just stay on this phone call. And then as I was still on the phone call, it was a couple, we talked for a couple of hours, you know and somebody who's literally going through a lot of stuff mentally. And I was just, while on this phone call on loudspeaker, I just start seeing the messages, you know, um, rest in peace, Diogo Jota. I'm like, wait, what? Actually, the first one was like, wow, Jota is gone. And I thought, oh, Liverpool is like selling Jota. Like, interesting. That was the first thought. And then then I saw like another, like, it was just like message after message, and that is why a lot of times I just have my WhatsApp, disabled, notifications disabled. But that's how I experienced it, and I couldn't believe it. I was just like, something weird is going on. And then I obviously went to bed, and then I wake up and the news is still true. So this is the situation, and yeah, it's one of those things where we just have to talk about, like, you know unfortunately, the unpredictable and short nature of life. It's just how it is. Right now, this is a reminder that you gotta call the person you've been meaning to call. You gotta check on the people you've been meaning to check on. You gotta just share love, because it's free, it's easy, and it could be your last moment to do that. You know, I promise you, it was been a quiet morning until I started going on the stream. Anyway, um, from what I understand about the situation is like, Diego Jota and his brother were overtaking a car, and then a tire blew out. You know, something that we have like last year. I had a tire blowout while I was on the highway. You know, lost control of the car, came out the. You know what I mean? It's like those things just happen. It just could be one of them things where like I mean, and I didn't really like talk about it, but it's crazy. It's a reality that happens, and you can never prepare for it. With this Jota thing, it's not like he was in a hospital and we hear Jota is fighting for his life, or Jota like, so you get a little bit of preparation for news like this. But when it just hits you, so like bam, louder than an Ornstein bomba, it just like happens, and then you're like, wait, what? Gone? So you never know. This could be my last stream. This could be your last stream. Not to sound morbid on a Thursday, but it is a sort of a black morning Thursday, if you get what I mean. It's a tough time where I'm thinking about Jota's wife, about Jota's three kids. This guy literally had easily the best couple of weeks in football, and then it all just flips like this. There's something crazy about sometimes when life, things feel like they're aligning and things are happening in the right order, in the right fashion, that like sometimes you gotta just be, I don't know even if you can be extra careful, but like you gotta cherish every flower you get. You gotta cherish every small win. You gotta cherish, sometimes even just waking up is a win, you know so there's just a reminder for that we have to seize every single moment that we're given, because nothing in life is guaranteed. Crazy. um when you think about it, about there's also allegedly a youth team coach passed away during Bayern Munich's training camp. This is also alleged. Let me just double check. Youth coach, Bayern Munich camp. If this is true, uh, yeah. Oh my God! Even Google says that. Hold. The coach is an Afghan man. Wait, collapsed during a break in the training and later died in hospital. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me just. This is. Let me actually. This is per. What? This is also true. More outlets talking about this. A coach at a youth football training camp organized by Bayern Munich in East Germany has died. This is a crazy week. Crazy week. Oh no, no, Neil. My condolences, Neil. Neil lost a friend through a motorbike accident. Crazy times we live in, Ronald. Very true. Big up to Brush as well. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Every tragic death is sad. Man, Lutata, you're so right. And this one, it's not even about nationality. Some things just transcend like football club allegiance. It's just one of those things where you just, you know, um, you feel because you're human. And when another human dies, it just reminds you of how temporal life is, you know? A lot of people are paying tribute to Diogo Jota just to show you that type of lad he is. Also, obviously off the pitch, so many people, man, it's crazy. I even just like on social media, people posting him. Like it's incredible. It's incredible. Um, Even the Real Madrid team as well, paying tribute as well. Xabi Alonso, Chouameni, Vinicius, Karim Benzema, like Camavinga, Fede, Valverde. Everybody is just feeling this. This is the shock waves that have been sent through the football communities around the world. Um, Ruben Neves with a quote here saying, "They say you only lose people when you forget them. I'll never forget you." Ah, man. Yeah, they're gonna really feel it when the national team is supposed to play together. Like this is what some people ask. Like who said this? Who said this? Oh, Ronaldo is crying for winning the UEFA whatever Nations League. Bro, cherish every trophy, every win, every small thing in life because you never. The next thing is not guaranteed. They say you only lose people when you forget them. I'll never forget you. Definitely, you'll never be forgotten. I think, like, I remember, didn't he score a hat trick in the Champions League? It's like when you saw, like, I was just jealous. I was like, man, Liverpool got a quality player here. The moment he left Wolves to go join Liverpool, um, that's when I was just like, yeah, nah, this guy is quality. Like uh, I remember for Wolves, he would score headers. you know, you're like, bro, you're not tall. How are you, scoring headers? and yeah, I think it's got something to do with being able to judge the flight of the ball. Anticipation. He was good at that. He was clutch. He would come in for Liverpool. You know what I'm saying, Tish? The way you'd want a player to come in clutch for you guys, like Jota coming on last whatever 15 minutes, and Liverpool front line has been struggling. Jota unlocks. Nice, man. Nice career too. Didn't he play at wait, Atletico? Let's see. Diogo Jota's really trajectory really quickly before I just share this link. Um, yeah, he started his career at Gondomar Youth. Then he went to the under 17s, under the 19s. Then he went to play for another Portuguese club called Ferreira, P. Ferreira. And then went from Pacos Ferreira to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid paid for him early, 2016. They were like, we see talent there. But then they loaned him to Porto. Came back to Atletico Madrid. Loaned to Wolves. And then eventually bought by Wolves. That is after that, everything was looking upwards. He went from Wolves to Liverpool and won a bunch of trophies. He won a bunch of trophies. He can at least as a footballer, the legacy is pretty strong. As the legacy is, it's got trophies with it. But obviously at age 28, there was probably a lot more he was gonna achieve with his life. So, and also his brother Andre Silva as well. Like that's also a story. It's like Jota was on the limelight, because he was playing for Liverpool, but his brother Andre Silva, who I believe was playing in let's see, was it Portugal? No, he was playing in. No, there's a different Andre Silva. Let me just double check. He's uh Jota's brother, Andre Silva. Yeah, let's see. Um, gosh, this is just sad. This is just sad. The more you just open up, like things, you just Portuguese second division. Exactly. I didn't want to say it while not being 100% sure. So it was yes, Portuguese second division. Thank you. It's a really, really, really sad ending to these two. Come on, man! Like imagine the The far he played for Penafiel from Porto District. Silva played for Porto's youth team up to under 17 before in 2017 before joining Pacos de Ferreira, where his elderly brother Diogo had played for in the first team in the previous 2 seasons. Imagine what the dad's going through. Losing two sons, double the grief. Yo, Percy says death is inevitable, but yet we still get shocked by it when it comes. Sad man. R.I.P. to the brothers for real. You can never really fully prepare for it. It happens when it happens, and we just have to just learn to live and deal with it. Brush, big up yourself, bro.
Bro. How do we even begin to process something like this, man? Devastating.
Imagine what the family is going through.
I can't fathom, bro. Just sending all my well wishes, all the positive energy to his whole family, bro. Everyone affected. Such
Yeah,
devastating news. I can't fathom what they're going through. Yeah, I heard he recently got married as well. Seen the picture of his wedding day. He's got
yeah,
three beautiful kids, very
yeah.
young. So yeah, it's devastating, man.
Bro.
And then for the family as well, bro, like you just mentioned, to lose one child is bad enough, but both,
Mm.
how
And
the
like the his wife,
hmm
they had been together for 10 years, and then
wow,
they decide to seal their love through marriage. 10
yeah,
days
yeah,
after, that's
yeah,
when
and
life was
so young, bro, only
so
28
late.
years old, and you think everything in life is going well. They just won the league. He just won a cup with his nation just last month. Then the
Yeah,
wedding,
yeah.
everything set up nicely in it, and then all of a sudden it's all taken away in an instant, man. It's just that constant reminder in it, bots, to just really just appreciate all the little things, man. Like, because
Damn.
like you say, like, listen, we really don't know. Tomorrow's not promised, in it, bro.
Tomorrow is not promised.
Mm.
Tomorrow, and it doesn't. It's not one of them things you can say. I'm gonna try and avoid. I don't know, a tire blast and whatever. Like, bro, that
Yeah, yeah. See,
you
these
think
are things
it
you
is when
can't
it's that.
really like
You
account
know.
for. Do you know what I mean? Things can happen in an instant.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Ah, but yeah, as a footballer, he leaves some memories. And for Liverpool fans, I think like they have a player to cherish for forever. Um,
definitely.
yeah, I was always jealous every time I was seeing him playing for them, and
Probably in the early days, yeah, especially when Klopp brought him in. He was a
yeah,
pressing machine in the early days. I was, it was one of those where it caught me off guard. I didn't think he would be as good as he was initially,
yeah, yeah,
and then yeah, he was really good under Klopp. Uh, kind of dogged by injuries the last 2 seasons, so he
yeah.
wasn't quite the
That's
same.
true. That's true. The injury kind of shifted things a little bit. That's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah,
true.
but initially under Klopp, though, I thought I was very impressed. I thought he was going to do I thought he found the next Mane, where he picked
Yeah,
up a
yeah,
player from a mid-table club and they'd gone up a level.
yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, quick little pivot from
Mm.
Jota and loss of life. Did you hear about the instructions of Jason Wilcox that he said the academy team will not be required to play with a back three system? He said Wilcox wants the youth to focus on developing high quality talent rather than imitating the first team system. This is
Mm.
something that
Okay.
I was like, wait,
I
what?
don't. Yeah, I didn't hear about that, bots, but I mean, off rip, it's not something that I understand, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
Excuse
can we
me.
not
Like,
do both? Can
can
we
we
not?
not do? Can we not do both?
Yeah, can we not nurture the talent whilst also preparing them for the
Right.
system the first team plays? Because what's the end
Right.
goal here? The end goal
Uh,
surely is that they come and join and fit what we've got going on. So it doesn't make sense if they have to then
yeah.
adapt.
Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah.
strange.
That's some strange stuff. It's like, well, then
Yeah.
what? There's no like, what's the transition plan? Like,
hmm
because for me,
Yeah,
it's
because
sending
how do you
signs
bridge
that,
that gap between academy to first team, though?
yeah, for me, it's sending signs that they're not thinking Amarim will be there for a long time.
Well, to be honest, he's only got 2 years left. Um, you know, and
Uh,
I reckon this time next year we'll see. Because come the end of this coming season, We
Yeah.
can't have another season like we did once.
No, 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 no,
If
no,
it's
no.
one of those, I reckon he goes in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they've got a plan as well because because we need to recruit now for his system. But then if you get rid of him, do you bring in somebody else that plays the same way, or do you sign players that play in different positions and can adapt? These are all questions for the higher ups.
Yo. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. Big up yourself, Brush. Let
Big
me
up, man.
bring in Doctor because I know Doctor is in the motherland real quick. Yo,
No, I'm
what's
actually back.
up?
I'm
You're
actually
back.
back. Yes, I got back on Wednesday.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. How was the trip?
it was great. It was great. I'm now doing. I'm being a mother. No, I have my son with me, so
Okay.
it's
No,
not. He's not in the room right now, but yeah, he's
but it's motherly duties that
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. No,
yeah,
that's good. At least you're back safely. That's good.
yeah. I'm
Um
tired.
yeah, but yeah, you heard obviously where were you? Were you already landed when you had heard about the Jota news?
I
Because
know.
it's
I
a
I got back when I got back Wednesday morning, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
know I chilled the entire day yesterday, and this morning I actually thought it was a joke. I was like, wondering, you know how people play stupid pranks and they say
yeah,
somebody died? I thought it was
yeah,
that, so I was ready to go off in the group chat, and then I
yeah.
saw it in the group chat, and I was like, oh, about it. My condolences to his family. Like
Mm, mm,
this, I won't lie. This is one of those. I don't wish it on anyone. I just it's to him and his brother, and oh my god, I'm just like legit. I've been in a daze the entire day because
mm.
I'm trying to think like why him? Like it's one of those things like I don't even know him personally. He never even played for United. I'm this
Yeah,
torn up. Like
yeah,
I'm just confused. I'm torn up and confused, and I just need to take my mind off of it because I can't believe. Like I still want to pinch myself and be like, somebody wake me up, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Because wow,
Yeah,
yeah,
it just
yeah,
makes you just remember how fragile life is.
exactly, exactly, and like
Yeah,
yeah, and also yeah, you were right. Like just live. I don't even know what to say. You were right in saying just contact your friends, tell them how much you love them, how
yeah,
much you appreciate them. Give people their flowers while they're alive, whilst they know how much you
exactly.
love them and you
Yeah,
talk about them. Even these football players, I mean, they're still alive. Tell them how
yeah.
much you appreciate them because once they're gone, they're not gonna hear these words, you know.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Let
mean,
let me ask you the same thing that I asked Brush about Jason Wilcox. By the way, I know I want to
yeah,
um get your thoughts on this because I'm like wondering what does it mean and um what's his name? SLD was is saying that it sounds like they will be selling the academy players for profit for some profit, you
yeah.
know, and um like I don't know, I feel like there should be some continuity between the academy and the first team. And Ricky saying I think it's better because a quality player works in most systems and can be sold to fund first team spending. So Wilcox is right, most teams do the same, that's why they spend on the academy. um what do you think when Jason Wilcox is saying like we shouldn't play the back three in the academy? Doctor, are you there? Oh no, we lost Doctor. Let me bring in Kenny.
Wow, you are bringing doctor before me. It's crazy, man.
Well,
Yeah, I was literally in, and then you just you were just too quick to bring in doctor. You are a criminal, man. Absolute criminal.
no, you know what it was? It's because the other day when Doctor was in Ghana, she actually wrote in the chat saying, I've been gone. I don't have much time. Let me in. And then I didn't do that. You know,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
so that's why.
I mean, yeah, literally all jokes aside, man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, you know what? When I actually heard about that tragedy news, I chose
yeah,
not to believe it. I actually got to know this news in the group chat and all. Like, I chose not to believe it, and then like
yeah.
after a few minutes, I checked the internet, and yeah, unfortunately, it was true, man. It's like car accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very, very un very unpredictable, man. Very unpredictable.
Yeah.
And and
So,
yeah,
have
I,
you
I
been
I really really don't
in
know
a
what to
car
say.
accident, Kenny?
Sorry?
Have you ever been in a car accident?
No, no, thankfully not, man. Thankfully not,
Oh,
but
lucky you. Yeah.
thankfully not, man. You, you know like ever since like I was driving in like Australia and
Yeah.
all that, I always chose to I always like driving in a very safe speed and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because in like Australia they have like a lot of strict rules, you
Mm.
know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have to be a lot careful.
I hear you. But sometimes it's even beyond being careful because these guys were just doing a normal overtaking in a
Yeah,
very
I know, I
safe
know.
car. It could
Thankfully,
have been.
thankfully, in like thankfully in Germany, I didn't drive
Okay.
because
Okay.
yeah, because in Germany they have this thing called like Auburn.
Yeah.
So like what it means is that like you can drive in a very unlimited speed.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, yeah,
That's not safe.
yeah, yeah. It's
Whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. You just go at whatever speed you.
Yeah, yeah. That's I know it's crazy, isn't it?
Wow, wow, wow. Crazy, bro. Well, make sure you avoid that place. But anyway, Jason Wilcox, by the way, was saying that the academy shouldn't play a back three. You
To
saw
be
the
honest with you,
yeah,
I've not,
yeah,
like recently, I've not paid too much attention to the transfer news because I am so bloody tired of
yeah.
that Puemo news. I'm hearing Sancho
Same,
news. Willing
same.
to willing to accept that willing to accept the low cut. I don't even know where's Sancho going to end up, but I won't be surprised if he's going to stay at United,
Mm,
um, running down his contract, and after that he's going to be free. So
that's true.
yeah, I'm just literally yeah, I'm just really enjoying, I'm just enjoying my break from work, so I haven't really paid much attention
Yeah, Liz, you
was
know
news.
what's funny?
A great one. A great one. I was in Germany like few years ago. I'm not. I was there.
Um,
Yeah.
I know you say you haven't been paid that much attention, but like I think like one of the text messages that Radcliffe has gotten is similar to what Enan just typed. It's just saying, Mboimo, pay up the 70M now. 30 GA, take or leave it. Like that's that's probably what's going on with that conversation right now, bro.
To be
It's
honest with you, boss, I don't want this Buemo situation to be similar like the Anthony situation.
yeah.
Remember? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
like it's
wasn't
like it's like yeah, it's like we were just waiting for ages, until like Anthony, like he wants to rush towards joining United, and like we didn't really address the other positions as well.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know like that's what I said, like why can't Ineos sort of multitask deals to be completed, I'll give you one good example. Maybe why not we sign Richard Rios?
Ooh.
Hmm.
Richard Rios is a great shout. What
Yeah,
what's his valuation though? He might be is he within our you know our reach? Let's see.
i'm
Richard
uh
Rios.
I'm hearing 20 million. That's what I've heard.
20 mil. Okay. Okay. When we look at
Yeah, we can just look at yeah, we can look into the
transfer
midfield, and we
market
can look
says
in.
16 mil, you know, if they go by transfer market. Okay, so 16, 20, maybe at the most 25. Wow. But will he change our midfield though?
I mean, like anything will change. Like say maybe Rios, or maybe like Douglas Luiz, even Douglas Luiz as well.
Okay, okay, okay. I don't know. I don't know what he's like. What? Yeah. Let me bring in. I know somebody who will probably have, um, the answer to this as well. You know, men like Ronald, and see what Richard Rios excels in. Because I'm like,
I mean, he's a good ball carrier. He's like Casemiro with pace, if you want to put it that way.
oh, Casemiro with pace.
No, he can carry the ball. That's the best he can do, and he's kind of like a destroyer in the midfield. I mean,
Okay.
he's a good for 25 mil. He's a good replacement for like Ericsson, who's part of the midfield, and
Yeah, yeah.
you could do
Yeah.
more with him. You
Yeah.
never know by the end of the transfer window if Casemiro goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does. Uh, so you could make that deal happen. But bots, I've actually sent you something on your Instagram. I don't know if you could play it or not,
Uh,
but
uh,
if
uh,
you can, I
uh, uh,
will cover whatever strike it gives you. I'll cover that for you.
Okay, okay, all right. We'll get to it. We'll get to it in a second. Let me finish with Kenny. But thanks for the 1 second. So Kenny. So okay, you're saying we should get Richard Rios, right? So that's me.
I'm saying either we get Richard Rios, or possibly even Douglas Luiz. We do need like a ball carrier. That's what we need.
Okay.
Like
I
like
mean,
yeah.
plus Casemiro's out. We need to clip that. We
Yeah,
need to
and,
run
and,
out.
and, and also most importantly, we do need outgoings as well. That's the main concern. Like we haven't even sold players just yet.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And the preseason is coming. The preseason training is coming next week as well.
And yeah. Now you're the one that's been telling me to chill. Should I still chill?
I would, boss. I told you, boss. Last
When
time I
should
was
we
come,
start
I said, I
sorting
said,
out?
I said before 19th of July.
Yeah. Okay, before 19th of July.
Yes,
Write this down. We're gonna put
write
that in
this
KG,
down.
KG's book of accountability. We're gonna put
Boss
that.
coins.
Yeah. Big up Kenny. I also, before I bring in Ronald, because I feel like Neil is falling asleep. Neil.
No, I know, Slate.
Okay, just making sure you're here. Just making sure you're here.
Yeah, I'm. I
Oh,
lost two friends within one 5 years ago, one 10 years ago.
oh
One
no.
got one. My friend on his motorbike was on the way to work.
Yeah.
Someone come out the side road, didn't even look where he's going, and played into him. He died straight away. The other one was coming home on his push bike, cycling, coming home from work. Same thing. He died on the way to hospital.
Oh no. And it wasn't even
Then,
that fault. It was somebody else's.
yeah, then same thing. My sister, they had to cut her out of her car. That was about 12 years ago. They had to cut her out. But she didn't die, thank God. But she's not well. Then my nephew got hit by a car when he was a little boy, and the
Yeah.
bugger just pissed off and left him. He had
Damn.
a broken leg.
Neil, I've been run over by a car before.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also, yeah, I actually lost my elder brother through a car accident. So
did you?
it's crazy. It's crazy how,
Yeah, when you see
like,
things
you
what
don't have
happened to Jota,
control. You
yeah,
know?
when you see what happens to Jota, football doesn't come into it, does it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Three children, that 3 children. They only been married 2 weeks. When
Ah.
I see things like that, I put rivalry to one side because I
Of
have got
course.
some good friends who are Liverpool fans. So yeah, my
Mm,
heart goes out to his family
yeah.
and
Yeah.
his wife as well because they've been married very long, have they? So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really want to today. I don't really want to talk about football. I
I
just
know.
thought I just thought I'd let you know that. Yeah, I
Thank
lost two
you.
good friends. My
Thank
sister
you.
was in a car accident. My
Yeah.
nephew as well, but
Yeah.
they both survived.
Oh,
So
glad that they survived, and then also may your other two friends also continue resting in peace.
yeah, but
I
my sister was lucky to make it because
yeah.
well, from her neck down, she's paralysed,
Oh,
but she can still drive a car. Mine,
you can
yeah,
still drive?
yeah,
Whoa!
but
Wow!
she can't because her neck
Yeah,
she can't move it.
yeah.
She's
Okay, so
lucky to
like
be here,
yeah,
really.
yeah. But other like her arms and stuff, she can.
Yeah, they're okay. Her
Okay.
arms, it's just her back. She's had operation. She's got had operations, loads of operations on her body. And she's only 2 years older than me. So.
Yeah, Neil, that's crazy. That's why every day is a blessing, and we have to be
Oh
grateful.
yeah, because you don't never know.
Yeah, you
But
never know. Yeah.
when your time's up, mate, it's up.
Yo,
Isn't it?
Neil, thanks for sharing that. It's a blessing to talk to you, my friend. Thank you, thank
All
you,
right.
thank you. Big up yourself, Neil Driscoll. Yeah, somber reminder right there, guys. You know, we lose people, and sometimes, a lot of the times, we have no power, no control over those situations, and we just have to deal with them. You know, Ronald,
Yo,
big up, bro.
big up, bro.
Um,
I think I might have gone a little over the boat, but I was just saying it because in our team, who he would kind of look like. But Richard
well,
Rios, major comparisons have been to like Leon Goretzka and Barella,
okay.
because he's like an all-around midfielder, can carry the ball, he's a ball winner, a, a very combative player, and has a decent shooting capability. So obviously, if you look at all those factors and see our team, who could do that? I just can say it's Casemiro.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, bro, if that video is gonna trademark you, but it's an old video. It's funny enough. I actually woke up today.
Did you send it
You
on
were you
Twitter? Because I haven't seen
Instagram.
Instagram. Let's see.
You go to your request because you don't follow me. But anyways,
That's way to say. All right. Let me
that's
figure
just a
out
way to
how.
call you out. But
All right.
so here's the backstory. I woke up and obviously, I woke up like took 10, 15 minutes and I opened my phone, didn't go on Twitter first. I just checked someone's text on Instagram and then I saw this video just pop up. And then I opened and then I just go back to my feed and I see Cristiano's post and he
Mm,
made a Jota post. And then I was like, okay, that's in like Portuguese. I converted the language and I was like, wow, I just saw this and now this.
yeah,
So
I was
it was
actually
just
just looking at the post as well. But yeah, I'm about to play the thing you sent me though. Let's see. So okay, this is what you sent. So all right, where's the sound?
it's not playing the sound for us.
Hold on. All right, let me figure out the sound in a second. One second. Let me do this.
You might have to share the audio.
Yeah. I gotta reshare. There we go. Boom. I think the sound should be good now. All right. Um, big up to whoever is tuning in. By the way, if you feel like it, hit the like button. This is one of those kind of streams.
Shell packs. You feel bad right now? You feel pissed off? You feel angry? Yes, there's two shell packs. You feel great? You feel like you know all the answers? You feel like that everybody finally gets you, and there you are. This two shell packs. Time is your ally, and if nothing else, just wait it out. I wish I had known that this too shall pass.
So that was the quote, and the very next thing I see is Ronaldo's post about Jota. I was like, wow, like how sometimes just life wraps itself around everything that's kind of going on, and didn't really kind of like believe it. I was like, wait,
Mm,
because obviously Ronaldo would not joke about it. Even checked his profile. I was like, is this the official account? And
yeah,
it indeed is. And then I go on Twitter and I see a madness everywhere, and I'm like, wow. But then obviously you find some shallow people in between the comment section. I'm like, okay, some people would never change in life. But prayers and like solidarity, condolences, obviously. But then people who go through this, like they need to be the strongest. And just not the ones who go through this, the ones who get affected by it need to be as strong as it is because the parents, the partner, the best friends, the kids, you know, like who knew this is gonna happen?
Yeah.
And like I'm glad you actually mentioned the other Palestinian player as well. This is like I'm seeing a lot of people say that every day people die, and you should not grow like you should not be making noise around someone's death when it's a celebrity. It's
Hmm.
not about celebrity aspect of thing. It's about knowing and being kind of connected to the. Yes, we all acknowledge everyone dies, but not every death might hit you the same way because you're not emotionally connected with them
Yeah.
like that. It
Yeah.
is sometimes you might like sometimes you might even get to know about a person who you shared school with potentially
Yeah.
like your first grade,
Yeah.
and you're like sitting there and thinking, dude, first grade, I just knew this guy like 29 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. But
Hmm.
it still would hit you because you will still have that one small memory that will hit you like a dagger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
things will always hit you when you're kind of remotely connected to it. Because I know some people kind of making it in a retrospect of, all the people who passed away in Gaza, in
Yeah.
Palestinian attacks and things of that nature. So they were trying to
Yeah.
connect it to that. And I get the emotion
Yeah.
behind it. And
Yeah.
I get the reality of how a lot of people do not, openly, when it comes down to celebrity
You know.
status, they don't openly talk about it. Like, look at DJ Khaled. He's a Palestinian himself and
Yeah.
doesn't talk about it,
Yeah.
but that's just their own prerogative. You
Yeah.
can't obviously control
So
everyone's narrative and how they want to
sure.
live life. You
Sure.
could just live your own life and be your own voice for other people
Sure.
to know. Like when they say like 13 minutes can save someone's life, if you just are there when they need you in those 13 minutes, you might change the course of their life. You might change how their life would be. I've seen multiple this just comes up on Twitter or Instagram,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how your feed kind of or your algorithm kind of works sometimes. I just saw a
Mhm.
video of this guy just randomly showed up to his best friend's house, and the best friend kind of had a beer and a strap. He was like ready after the beer, but then the one hug saved his life, right? Like that, just
Mhm.
showing up for someone that you do not expect to show up kind of might change the course of their life. You never know. So it is obviously important to kind of yes, banter should be there. It's part of
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you should always know that you have to be there. So if you always get that text, bro, you awake,
Yeah.
respond to it.
Facts, facts, 100%. Earlier on, you were talking about layers of connection to a death. Because, like, say for example, there's a way that a Liverpool fan is feeling Jota's death that is very different from a Man United fan. For us, say, it'll be different if it was a player that played for Manchester United. It'll also hit a little different. But also, on the same token, Jota is a father to somebody. Jota is a husband to somebody, and those people feel different.
Yeah,
It hits them differently. So it's kind of like people have a different attachment to every death event. And it's based on the layers of connection that they have. And then these sometimes a singer can die and you cry, and then there's a certain singer that dies and you don't cry. You know, it's kind of it's a very interesting like network of like of reactions and connections that people have to death. Um,
yeah, but at the end of the day, it should just be respected, regardless how connected you are to
yeah,
it or
yeah,
not.
yeah. Human
Uh,
life is human life,
yeah,
right?
like I get it. Some people might have their own personal agenda behind it, and I'm sure not everyone's trying to disrespect it. I'm sure they're trying to run their prerogative on what they want to talk about in their own mental space of how they feel that this is the right thing to be done.
Hmm.
Uh, but
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
like wait, why is SLD saying that grade one the link says you've been banned? Okay.
No, so don't. So okay, great one in SL. Do you want to catch up on that? While you were talking, you said there's some people that are shallow, and in my life, in my mind, I was like, shallow lives matter, shallow minds matter, because like shallow people balance the deep people. you know. And then Great One said, "Shallow people in the comment section," you know.
Not in our comment section. Like, oh
No,
my.
but like that's what they were saying.
I
They were
said,
responding to
I
what you
said,
said.
no, no, no. I said shallow people in the comment section of the post people made on
And then
Twitter.
he's SLD says that one hit me with oh no, he said Great One, he hit me with the dagger, you know.
No, I was okay. I didn't catch up on that because I was talking. But then I'll
Yeah,
be
you were
honest,
talking
I
and I
wasn't
didn't wanna
talking.
I
I
didn't wanna
wasn't talking about
interrupt
these
you.
lot. I wasn't talking about our comment section. I was talking about the comment. Like, okay, so I'll tell you what.
Move, man. He's rattled. He wants to explain himself. Run out of this elitist thinking, right? He's like, I'm standing with the deep, smart people. Little does he know that the host of the show is, he's in the shadow side too, you know. Anyway, yo, what is this team body team? Da.
Yo,
These guys, I don't know what they're talking about. Big up, have. Um,
did you
ah,
do your forfeit the Friday gone? The DM? You didn't do it, did you?
I actually forgot to do it. I didn't do
And
it.
that's all right. That's all right. I'll make sure you do it this Friday.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's
Hmm.
4th of July tomorrow. Yeah, hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Fourth of July again? Independence, American Independence.
yeah. Independence. Yep. Um, yeah. That's
Yeah, that's a good day to slide into three DMs, mate.
guys. I will be sliding into DMs tomorrow after the happy hour show. Please pull up. Let's figure out whose DMs we should slide into.
No, don't worry about that. I've already set them for you. Remember, it was my forfeit. It was my forfeit.
Can it be at least like
No,
all that? Oh Lord.
no.
Okay. So all right. Hey man. Hey. To what? What if they respond and then okay.
That's fine. They respond. You're getting free Nash meat.
All right. Okay. All right. Pull up to the happy hour tomorrow. Oh Lord. Yeah. I cannot
Yeah, and we're doing it. We're doing it before the quiz, isn't it? So
before the quiz. Why not after
yeah,
the quiz when the alcohol is
because
in? We can
because
delay.
because
Uh-huh.
I'll probably be asleep by then.
Okay, all right. We'll do it. We'll do it. I'll just start 4th of July early.
Yeah,
uh
that'd be best, mate.
yo, but crazy. I don't even know how to segue from here, fam.
Yeah, I mean it's been a crazy day, and it's been a crazy day. I
It's
start off with a job. Obviously, it's not good to hear because obviously when I saw it this morning, I think I saw it read it straight away when it got announced on the news, and
yeah.
then I was like,
Which
right, the first
outlet?
thing, the first.
Which outlet? Because you've unfollowed a lot of outlets now. Which outlet
Oh
did
no,
you?
I didn't see it on Twitter, read it. I saw it on. We have something called Sky News, not Sky Sports News, Sky News, innit?
Hmm.
Um, so I just like reading the news, innit?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and you people might think, fucking hell, this guy like reading the news with the shit he says. Yeah, I like being informed on things around
Hmm.
the world and that, innit? But yeah, I saw it. Then no way. I just looked at it, and then I was reading the article, and it was like they were saying that yeah, it was a crash in his Lambo. And the first thing coming to my mind was the Paul Walker thing, innit? And
Yeah. Mm.
because obviously he was in there with his mate in a, I think it was a Porsche, and then obviously you got Jota and his brother in the Lambo, same thing. Car burst into flames. Um,
And it's like they were not even like they were just overtaking.
yeah, I think it was from what I read. It seems like the tire burst on the overtake, but
Yeah.
again, it's not good to hear. Like, I'm sure police will do investigations and release what happened. Probably, I think there was witnesses or something, but yeah, it's not good to hear. But obviously sports with his family. I know he's got like little kids and that, and they're the worst. His family would be the worst to be affected, especially the parents because they've lost two sons, isn't it? Not just one. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's the kids just growing up that daddy and uncle died at the. It's man, it's just messed up, bro. It's just messed up, and like just thinking about the fact that like he had just things were lining up, like winning, like with Liverpool, winning with Portugal, winning, on the aisle, like, and then boom, crazy, crazy.
yeah, but I know, like I think it'll be remembered for a very long time.
Yeah,
Obviously, going into the new season and stuff, I'm sure there'll be like clubs will mark their respect and things like that. Be
yeah,
tough for
like this
Liverpool as
kid
well,
number
but
or something. We need to
yeah,
like be clapping on the is it 20th minute or whatever kid number he used to wear. Let's see. Uh,
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of things done in his memory in it. So
yeah, yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I have to wait and see what happens with that. But
Number
like,
20.
obviously, like like with what's happening today, I think there's a lot of news that's pretty much quiet in terms of transfers. Anyway, like,
Yeah,
I tried to um change the story a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be a quiet day. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a quiet couple of days, isn't it? Like even some of the journalists ain't really posting anything out today, but
yeah.
um,
Still quiet. I mean, Ornstein quiet. Like it's like did they
yeah,
forget their passwords or what? You
I
know?
think a lot of people are just aware of like they're trying to just read the room. Like people
Yeah,
in the comments will be like show some remorse and all this and that. So I think they're doing the right thing and not. Even Liverpool had something out on their Twitter. I think 20 minutes before the article broke. I think it was something to do with the match days and stuff like that. And they deleted their tweet
mm,
um,
mm,
afterwards. So yeah, but again, like maybe in a couple of days we might have some more stories about Mbemo. But again, like from yesterday, I think there was a couple of things that come out. Something about they wanting more money, and I've always said I was willing to go up to 70 mil anyway for Mbemo. But I also think that Brentford are looking to get as much money as possible just because they need to rebuild the team with their manage. Oh, course, your background noise is quite high. With the Embremo obviously most likely to come to us, the manager leaving. They've not really got anyone left. Their captain Norgard's gone to Arsenal, so they need to rebuild. They've got. I think they even when we were linked to Embremo at the start, I was thinking like I think it was like 2 weeks in, their manager got linked to Tottenham. Right, if he left, then Bremo leaves, they're
yeah,
in big trouble for relegation. They
yeah,
honestly are. And
yeah,
then their captain left, and I was like, right, they're definitely in big trouble. So all they really got left is Cadbury's Whisper and um,
Ugh.
yeah, and that's about it. And if he goes,
And I'll tell
then
you what,
the
Are you forgetting the Jamaican Ethan Pinnock? They got him key to.
and I'll tell you
is
what,
he
guys.
is he even is he
If
even good?
Kelleher was smart, yeah, he would have a release clause in his contract for next season.
Who?
Kelleher,
What
you
the
know
Oh
him?
Liverpool
yeah,
keeper?
Yeah, he's at Brentford now, bro.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, because the other guy went to
Fleckham's gone
Yeah,
to
Flecken's
Bayern,
gone,
Leverkusen.
didn't
innit?
he?
Flecken's
Yeah,
gone to Ten
Yeah,
Hag's Leverkusen. And he personally, I think he's too good for Brentford, innit? So if him and his agent are smart, they would have insisted on like a 25 to 30 million pound clause.
yeah. That is
They got him for 18. Obviously, we couldn't do business directly with Liverpool in it because of the rivalry and that. But I think that's
yeah.
going to be a decent pickup for somebody next year.
Mm, that would be a smart move, because Onana, I'm feeling like he'll be there next season, but if he's gonna leave, it'll be after this season, and there's no way like right now he's considered a priority. He should be, but we'll be carrying Onana,
That's the thing. But I was,
I think we're
sorry, go on,
go on,
coach.
Brush.
I was just gonna
I
say,
was
bro. I was literally just gonna say, like in the morning show with KG, this is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend the best part of 200 million on this front line, But we've got a guy in goal that can mitigate the goals you can score. If you just concede from silly mistakes, it don't matter, bro. You can't outscore mistakes like that, innit?
You cannot score the mistake.
And the thing, like, I understood what you were saying, Rush, but I think obviously we know what KG's like, agent of
Yeah,
chaos.
yeah. I think
So,
the
so you
point
know
was kind of
when,
missed.
like,
And
if
then
you make a
with Uncle,
point,
like he just
yeah,
answers questions with a question.
yeah, and if you make a point that is a good, like, his point was combative, but it wasn't filled with substance. In the
Wait,
same way, like,
what was it? What was it?
Excedras, like, list of players was trash, but because he had
Yeah,
a presentation, it looked good.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the actual list of players was trash. He put like academy players on there. It was nonsense. Anyway,
it was
but
madness.
the thing is, like, our squad just needs the complete rebuild. Like, you can, if
Exactly,
you
bro.
go
This is
into,
what I
if
was
you
trying
look
to
at,
get at.
if you go into last season's 11, yeah, and you go, right, this was our best 11 last year, and you say, right, if you work from defense upward, you say goalkeeper need a new one. You'd say either Maguire or De Ligt as that central centre back needs to be improved upon. De Ligt is better defensively, but we struggled when he played at central centre back because he doesn't have that passing range that is needed sometimes. Now Maguire gets lost defensively sometimes, but he has got a good range of passing, but moves quite slowly. The only centre back realistically, you're saying, right, I'd keep my Defo start Euro. That's one of your back three in an ideal world.
He's really
Now,
the bright spark in our defense, man.
yeah. If you work up like Diogo is like, he's a squad
He's
player,
so raw
but we
for
need
me,
him
bro.
to be the main
He's
guy.
so
Do you
raw.
know like a lot of people talk about Ten Hag with the purchases that he made, but
Yep.
some of the sales that he made were just as bad. So he sold that Alvaro for what did we sell him to Benfica for? Like
8-9 million.
Yeah.
8-9 million.
Yeah.
Bought Malacia for 15, which wasn't a bad deal. Obviously, he had his injury stuff. But then you go, all right, then now we need another left back. We've bought Diogo for 30. When we had a left back at home that was perfect in this system, would have been good. You look at the goalkeeping situation where you had De Gea and you had, who was backing up De Gea the first season? I can't
Dean
remember.
Henderson.
But Dean Henderson, and you had, now the Dean Henderson one, he pushed himself out the door. So I rated him as a keeper, but if you push yourself out the door, leave.
And
Do you know
also
what I
at
mean?
the time, Courts, he was on a mad wage as well for a number 2.
Yeah,
It didn't make sense.
facts. His
I
wages
don't
was
have any
ridiculous.
beef with the Henderson thing though, because Ollie was selling this man a lie.
Yeah,
Because you had De Gea and he was like, he was basically telling him like, oh, you're gonna get game time, you're gonna get game time, and he wasn't getting game time. He was just
It's
being
the
strung
same thing
along.
he
So he
told
had to.
Jesse Lingard, Pam. And that was a nonsense as
Mm,
yeah.
well. We should have sold him after
When
West Ham.
we could have sold him to Newcastle, we didn't. But then what we did is we spent
West Ham.
40 million, not four.
Yeah.
No, Newcastle tried to buy him as well, didn't they?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
positive.
yeah.
After the loan, bots. After the loan. Because
After
you
the
know when he
loan to
really
West Ham,
impressed on loan at West Ham,
I
his
think
stock was high.
Newcastle put in like a 15 million bid, and we said no, and we then kept him on the bench and did nothing with him. So, but like, yeah, we bought Onana for 40 mil, overpaid on him, sold Kova, who showed potentials of actually even being better than all, and we already had him on our books, and then we sold Kova for like 5, and then bought Bayern there for 6, and you're like, what is this scouting?
Yeah.
It should just, we've been run by jokers.
Yeah, some of the decision making don't make no sense for me. And also, I don't understand why we can only work on one deal at a time, man. I understand that they've given priority to Mbeumo for that, but that doesn't mean you can't work on other things on the side.
This is why I said
don't think we got
nothing
the
has
money though,
changed for
Brush.
me. Nothing has changed for me with these people. Arnold, yeah, they've transferred their soul and brains to these two idiots in Barada and Wilcox.
You see that
I
money
will
issue
say,
you just mentioned, Courts? This is the other reason why I have an issue with how much we're pushing for Mbeumo. This is why I said, listen, like, in the 10 position, we're not that bad at the moment. You know, there's options.
we got a
You've
lot
already
of
brought in Cunha, so he's there. You've got guys like Bruno and Ahmad who can play there, and even Mount, who's another
Mount, as
option.
bad as he is,
As bad as he is. And then when I mentioned the thing about wing backs, yeah, honestly, anytime I've seen this system work, bro, you need really good wing backs.
Do you know? I was trying to say this, but
Yeah.
I was just it was like you were getting drowned out. But
Yeah.
if you see AC Milan, not AC Milan,
Yeah.
Inter Milan, sorry,
Inter Milan.
play.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, sorry, apologies.
Yeah.
If you see how key Dumfries is to
DeMarco and
both,
Dumfries is.
DeMarco and Dumfries are, and Uncle was saying about Amarim
about the winger thing, innit?
transitioning wingers, but not in a horrible way. It's different doing that when you're doing that in the Portuguese league now.
Exactly, court. Like we had
and
this with Ajax as well,
going
bro.
to dominate. We're not going to dominate possession in the same way in the Prem because the
also,
intensity is
when
different.
Ahmad gets injured, and he's gone, do we rely on another winger to come in at
No,
wing
we're
back?
going back to Dalot and Mazraoui.
We're going back to Dalot.
Are we saying
the usual dogs.
25 mil for Dumfries? Is that?
Yeah, there's a release clause.
Absolutely.
It's 21 million pounds sterling, so the 25 millions in euros. It's only active until the middle of July.
Get the deal done. What?
Take him now, buddy. Listen, give him.
We can't do that deal. We can't do it because they want that 21 mil in cash. It's the release clause.
Up front.
They don't want to do it in installments.
All right, here's what we do. We go right. We pay. It's 21 mil release clause. We pay you 30 million euros over 3 years. And then, so
I'd rather we just cook it so that we can pay the upfront fee now, man. It works out cheaper, innit? And it's 21, bro.
I know, but as in, if we don't have the money, you have to Klarna it, innit?
Yeah,
I hear it.
I'm not
a huge fan of him either, but listen, he's in his absolute prime, and he's an upgrade on what we have. Listen, you saw what he did.
He's an actual right wing back.
Those 2 legs.
He's an actual right wing back.
Yeah. 5 GA against Barcelona, you know.
Yeah, they said some people like chalked him down for performance in the Euros. I think in the Euros he had a mistake that was costly that led to his national team getting knocked out. Was Netherlands getting knocked out, right? Was it?
Did he? No.
Yeah. He
made a mistake. Because England beat them because of Ollie Watkins' goal. No. Are you talking Nations League or are you talking Euros?
No, it was Euros. There was a mistake that if it wasn't the Ollie Watkins goal, there was like a moment where maybe it's Harry Kane who just moved a little faster than him. You know,
but players make individual mistakes, innit? We can't just
exactly
him as a player. He's told one mistake.
He's washed. You see, this is the Dumfries y'all been speaking of. He's washed.
But that's bad though. But you got to look at the full body of work, innit, bro?
Yeah.
Like if we were to do that, we could find a compilation of everyone just stinking up the place.
Yeah.
The internet is an amazing thing. Obviously, it's connected us. Like it's sick. But do you know sometimes people should be banned from using it? Like I don't know if there should be an IQ
you need to
test.
Be qualified, bro. You need to have some basic.
I don't know if there's an IQ test that you need to take or like something. They're like a little quiz before you use the internet to see if you're ready to use it. Because anyone just chats nonsense. People are gonna go back to a year and a half ago or two. When was it? Last year for a mistake someone made. And go, right, this is why we shouldn't sign him. When even if you look at performances this season, and look, bro, we've had Dalot at right wing back. Dalot.
And we've seen enough of Dalot now, man. He's no more than a rotational option.
Facts.
And for some reason, Amarim likes playing him on the left, where he's worse.
Yeah. Do we see Amarim lasting the season?
I don't know, bro. Like, honestly, I'm not convinced by his style in it. So he's got a lot to prove. And then the way our window's shaping up, really, we're going into pre-season with 1, maybe 2 man, which isn't enough, man.
We think I want it to work because I want it to work with every single manager. Like
Same.
I don't like. I know people say football's changed in a sense of we're not gonna have that Fergie manager where he was there for a long period of time. But then I think it's still possible because even if you look at Liverpool and City, they've had managers for long stints,
Success
and
buys you time, innit, Courts? So if you
Yeah,
can show
so
the proof is in the pudding,
yeah,
then there's
I-
no problems with him staying for a long time.
I don't want the rinse and repeat of managers. I like the idea of a
But he's
manager
got to
being there
earn
for
it though. He's got to earn it.
fighting
So
facts.
far, I would say he's dropping below the standards. But up until now, I feel like most people have given him a blight in it because he
Yeah.
was brought in at a
What-
time when he didn't want to
What's
come in
interesting?
and he didn't really
Yeah.
get his way. So, but next season though, it's crunch time, man.
Yeah, we've looked good. So like where with Ten Hag,
Yeah.
there was the away games against the big teams was like a kryptonite for him. Couldn't get a win, any of them. I think we got a draw against Liverpool
Yeah.
where there was like 0-0, and then that was it away from home. Whereas Amorim's system has suited playing those bigger teams.
Yeah,
Now,
we
if
haven't been
you
getting trashed against the bigger teams, bro.
No,
Like we did
I
against
think we
Ten
lost
Hag.
2-0 to Arsenal away, but they scored 2 corners, and that was it. Like that was their only
Bro,
threat.
that was prime time Stoke stuff they were playing. Man.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think. We beat City away. Liverpool, was that 2-2? Yeah, it was 2-2. So we've looked okay. Now, can we then transition that to, all right, you've looked good against the bigger games. Now, can you look good against Burnley Burnley at home?
Yeah.
And then one or two of my other concerns, which I didn't get around to this morning. So Kobe Mainu, right? For me, he's a player that we should be looking to build around. But under this current system, we don't even know where he fits in.
I thought, the manager said Kobe was freest in the number 10. He said that in a presser. And he's like, I seen him enjoy himself. Like when Kobe, remember that game when Kobe he would play him in the false 9 and then he played him in the
Bucharest.
10.
So he played him in the 10 first against Bucharest.
Yes.
And then on the weekend, on the Sunday, he played against Crystal Palace. He played false 9. It worked for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the game,
we
it
saw the
didn't work.
difference in levels in it because in the Europa, he looked all right.
But if he was so free in the 10, so why not allow him to learn more about the number 10 position? I don't get that part.
But Kobe's not been fit enough as well, which has also played a part in him being in and out of the team. That if you break it down though, the more I think about it, is I wonder how they chose to go with Amorim. And I'm backing him, like I want him to do well, whatnot. But if you look at the players in our squad, Kobe would be best suited to a midfield 3. Bruno, best suited to a midfield 3. Ugarte, best suited to a midfield 3. Casemiro, best suited to a midfield 3.
This is why Liverpool turned him down, Courts.
And they
thought, do you know what? It's too much of an upheaval to bring this man in. And surely he must have discussed all of these ideas during our interview process. If not, then we're idiots, innit?
Yeah.
And also you go, right, so one of the big things with the 3 or 5 at the back system is the wing backs. Who have we got?
Exactly.
So we got Mazraoui and Delo, and we might be able to put Ahmad there. It's worked at points. That's it. It's just a joke.
And I don't know about you guys, but when we did in January look at the potential shortlist of left wing backs, I don't think any of us had Diogo in our top 5, bro.
No.
No one even knew who he was.
Honestly, we were linked in December, Pav, and so I made it a mission to at least watch a little bit of him. Yeah, I saw 3 games in it. One of the first games I saw, he played on the right wing, and then he played left back in a flat back for 2 consecutive games in which they got thrashed 4-0 because they were relegation fodder. So what can you really make of that?
Damn.
It's about Pav. You were calling. Oh, hello, doctor.
Big up, doctor.
Welcome back,
I
Doc.
was chatting into a mic that was mute, so sorry.
Yeah.
And I thought you guys were purposely ignoring me.
Did you think we were doing the whole red pill stuff where we just ignore women?
You thought we would just ignore you? No, man.
You thought we were like, we can hear a woman talking and we're just going to ignore her.
What was you saying, Courts?
I was going to say, you dissed Wilcox. What Wilcox should do is what he's done well, and this should be his role, getting those academy players, like the likes of Aiden Heaven, the likes of Diego, let him just do that. Don't do the big retro football stuff, but focus on getting these players who might have 1 year left on their contract in academies. They look like they can transition well to the first team, and let's get them at cheap transfer like that.
For real.
We can't make a loss on Heaven. Like if we
I
can
think
actually
he's
because
left that job with Avel though. He's our chief
yeah,
scout now, isn't he?
yeah.
And you see Vivell, he's made a lot of changes as well. We cut down
Mm.
on the amount of scouts. We've got like 10 scouts now. We've gone down from about 100.
Yeah.
Damn. If you just get the scouts at Brighton, that's all I want. I don't need you to have an army.
Do
Just
you know,
get guys at
bots?
Brighton.
Bots?
That's
Do you know
all.
that bots? You know that I've heard, and I think it was that we have the similar scouting network to Brighton. The only difference is we don't often have the people in place to make the deal. And with the way that our club is, it was so we scouted a Caicedo, but part of the reason I think I was listening to Talk of the Devils where they explained it, where we scouted Caicedo, but when we saw there was a bit of third party ownership involved and stuff, we just kind of turned our nose at it and said, we're not paying that 5 million.
Damn.
We'll just let him go. Whereas Brighton was like, no, we'll do our due diligence. We'll kind of work this deal to make sure we can get him and move forward.
And
So
it's stupid. Look
Damn
at where
right,
we're
but
cutting corners and how much it ends up costing eventually. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. Young Puppy, you were saying what?
no, I have to agree with that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
The
frustrating
thing
because
is, we
yeah.
actually scout these players for the other teams to just come up and buy. Like, look at Julian Alvarez, for one, a player that will probably be
Enzo
worthlessly
Fernandez as
today.
well, bro. He was sat at
Enzo
River Plate,
Fernandez, like this is what I'm
going for
saying.
like
But
15
we
million.
would scout the player and then not do anything, not hear about it, whatever, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, other players, other teams are interested, and then we gotta pay up like 100 mil for a 25 mil
Hmm.
player and all of that.
And this and the sad thing as well is that for a club of our size, we can not only get these deals done, but if you don't think they're ready for our team, you can loan them out. They can develop elsewhere. Look at what Chelsea do. Look at their link with Strasbourg. Why haven't we got something like that, man?
No, we should have that with Nice, but I don't know why we're not sending
Yeah,
players that way.
No,
I
we're
I
know
not.
think
they've
it's
sent
but
that.
just because it's not
They've
technically a
sent
feeder
they've
club,
sent that
innit,
Sam,
fam?
midfielder. They've sent that midfielder to that, was it Lewans or team? I can't remember what it's
Luzerne,
called.
Luzerne.
Um, in Switzerland, but why aren't we using Nice to send out some of our youngsters or buy in players and send them out there like Chelsea are doing with Strasbourg?
It's because I think with Chelsea and Strasbourg, that's actually a feeder club, whereas with us, it's just an umbrella thing of ownership, innit? But I do
Yeah.
hear your point
Wait,
though, because
But we
the
need to make it a
Pozzo
feeder
family, who
club. We
own
need
Watford
like
and Udinese, they send players to each other like it's nothing.
yeah. Players that we can't get rid of that like you say, yo, Sancho, you're going to Nice, you know? Anybody that we can't get rid of that we just threaten them with
The
Nice.
trouble is though, but if we were to send Sancho to Nice, we'd still have to cover his wages.
Exactly.
And you
Yeah.
can't just send him there; he has to agree to go.
Yeah, we can't force man to go in it.
No, we just pack him up,
well,
bro.
you're just gonna put him in a shipping container and go.
Put him in
There
a
you go.
You'll be charging them daily
You
trafficking
know, like
charges, bro.
the barrels that people send home.
He'll be free by in a couple months.
Message in a bottle, yeah, but with Sancho and a note.
Yeah, you know when people send the barrels and it's got cereal, some clothes in it, some like the long life food, and then they're just gonna send a barrel with Sancho.
Yeah, care package. Serious care package. How many in that?
Bro, I feel like we need to be utilizing Nice more. I don't know how, but they gotta figure out cook the books or something, man. Uh, just having an affiliation with a club is supposed to make us like a little bit like scout from there, send players that you don't want there. Make sure that they also play a back three if you are actually gonna really, proceed with this plan of playing a back three. Because because right now it's looking a little bit scattergun approachish. If I don't know what system they are playing at Nice right now, but there needs to be some sort of continuity. I don't know if you guys saw the thing about Jason Wilcox saying that like the academy shouldn't doesn't need to be playing a back three,
Yeah, we
and
saw that.
Yeah. I didn't show Quartz this, but like it was kind of like, huh, what
But
does it?
why would you expect him to play back in the back three when the manager's only got a 2-year deal?
That's the thing. It's an indicator that the manager is not going to be here long term. You know, that's what for me it feels like, because like you'd normally want players to transition easily.
I just don't understand it, to be honest. Like, you'd want the academy to be a pipeline to the main team eventually, right? So
Yeah.
it makes sense if you train them the way the first team plays.
Or maybe they're looking at it that for future sales, they want the players to play a certain way where it attracts other clubs in to look at them and think, right, we can work with this. He'd be playing in this
I
style of play.
I think it's also a very big upheaval for, like, because what most academies play 4-3-3 now, don't they? So
Yeah.
to change everything, but I think it's worth it, especially when you look, like, when we talk about wing backs that are available, there's not really any. Like, there's Dumfries,
And this is what I was
Frimpong
talking
squad.
about, Course.
Let's make our own.
And this was really my point. It wasn't per se the man that we missed out on going to other teams and rivals and that, but you know, it's the fact that the top ones that were available are gone. You know, this summer, the likes of your Out Noris, the Kirkheads, the Frimpong, and then I look at what we got in Dorgu, and I'm thinking, right, these men are all better at a higher level and went for a similar price.
Yeah.
But then I think Ineos have showed as well that wages are quite important to them. So Ain't Nuri and Dorgu's transfer value is similar, but I guess that he's on a lot cheaper wage, Dorgu, than at Ain't Nuri.
Yeah, I'd have to look into
Yeah.
that, bro. But I think the price
But-
for him, though, I think is very reasonable in today's market.
Yeah, but definitely. And he's already played that position, Prem proven.
Exactly.
And all
And
that.
the other thing that annoyed me as well, Coach, we were there for Cunha, man. You could have just patterned up the left-hand side. Like, there's a guy who's actually
do
played with
both.
Cunha.
Yeah.
It
But
made
then
so much sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
But the thing is, I know this sounds like I know the answer to this question already, and it would be possibly or probably or most likely. But would Nori want to come to United?
I mean, I guess we never know, innit, Doc? Like,
This
had
mentality
we shown
United
interest
was
early enough, who knows?
I don't think we actually showed interest in him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit?
Because I agree with you guys. I wanted it. I would have loved for him to come with
Yeah,
Cunha
like when I was
and
looking at the
everything,
left
but
wing, left wing back position, Doc, from the Premier League, those two stood out to me, and then the guy at Fulham, Robinson.
Yeah,
He's actually mad old. Like, not old, but he's older than you think he is.
He's like 27, isn't it? 28. No, not Out Nuri. The one at Fulham.
Oh.
The American
Anthony
dog.
Robinson.
okay.
Anthony Robinson.
Yeah.
The
Robinson.
thing is, I feel like didn't Ineos have
Boss,
like
why are you putting that person's comments up on the screen?
Age limit?
It's too funny because it's true. I've got a big head, you know. That's why I'm saying that.
No, but I was more thinking. I was more looking at the name and the. Anyway,
The
picture. The picture is actually a cat. If you really look at it.
Yeah, it's a cat.
A cat.
It is. It's a cat.
What
Yeah.
kind of cat?
No, it ain't that cat. It ain't cat.
You'd have to zoom in it, Doc. You tell us.
Oh, you know what? This entire time. What
kind of cat?
Check your eyes, and you know.
this is SLD's burner account.
Yeah, I need to check my eyes.
Get your head out the gutter.
And side note, what is it with the couch? Talking about cats.
Francis
is
is
ignoring
promoting
me,
Wilcox
so
to director of
we're gonna
football.
move
It's basically Murder 2.0. This club is allergic to real directors of football. The Glazers, for years, have neglected that position. That's true. That is very true.
The only difference is Wilcox. Like, I think that's unfair on Wilcox because he actually knows about football. Murta wasn't ever a football guy. He was like in the offices, whereas Wilcox has been involved with football. I don't think he should be our director of football, but I think it's a bit unfair to him
It's
to
better
compare
than
him to Merton.
And I think we just have a lot
yeah.
of PTSD guys from the previous regime. We've got to remember, under Ineos, it's been a
Facts.
year. They're going to
Facts.
make mistakes.
Yeah.
They have made mistakes,
To be
but it's about how they
to be fair,
recover
they're
it.
trying. Yeah, they're trying to fix years of problems. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the Glazers got the club when 2004. We're in
Yeah, 5, I
2025
think.
now, guys.
05.
Yeah, it's been like what 20
It
years?
was just
This
20
is just
years of ownership, like just
yeah,
gone. So yeah, 20 years.
yeah. So 1 year of Ineos, and I'm not saying Ineos are angels, right? But come on.
You hear
But
that?
also,
You hear that?
yeah.
Boss doctors on Ineos payroll.
I hear it. I hear it. And
But
I'm like,
Ineos are not
Write it down.
Indians are not angels, yeah. So they should
yeah.
hurry up. We have 13 days to the first game in Sweden. Come on. We need at
I
least
think the
one
problem
more
is, though,
solid.
Doc, they're trying to sort out the
And by
mess
the
left
end of,
behind,
of
innit?
the transfer, we need like two more.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm,
Yeah.
think the one thing I will give them this summer is the fact that the players we're trying to get rid of desperately are left over, and they're symptoms of the bad business done by the
Whoa.
prior
Whoa.
regime.
Hey.
whoa,
Excuse
whoa,
yourself.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa,
me
whoa.
Hey,
burping. That's me burping. I could have done it louder, but I thought I'd be respectful and try and keep it as low as possible. I was trying to mute my
there's a new.
mic. I was trying to mute my mic, but I couldn't hold the burp in. Sorry. Dr. Pepper can again.
It
It's
doesn't
always
pay
Dr.
rent.
Pepper.
It
It's always
doesn't pay
Dr.
rent.
Pepper.
Let it out.
Stay away from the pepper.
Yeah,
But
The
no,
don't
of
one I'm
course
actually
you
a little
missed
bit
you
annoyed.
missed
like
one. You missed one about that was a
I
Godzilla
was,
level
I was,
burp, you know.
I remember I was live when it happened.
It was
yeah,
massive. It was
That
like
was another level.
we were there.
yeah, but you were saying, Doctor, you were in the middle of saying something. Do you remember what you were saying?
Actually, no, because I also got sidetracked here because somebody is trying to ask me for KFC and I'm saying no. Anyway,
What?
So you
no, my
just
son is
told
next.
Pea he needs to
No,
stop drinking
he's
Pepsi for you to be eating KFC.
no. I'm not eating KFC. I got asked for KFC. You didn't ask.
Who wants
You said
KFC? Name
We want to know who was the
what?
KFC.
I thought you was about to end the stream on KFC. I was like, what? There's no way this guy's
No,
just ended it because of
For real, that's
KFC.
what I thought as well. I was like, what?
I was about to be like, what? No.
Burpham,
I
I was
said my
shocked
kid
too.
is
He
next
just
to me
added
and
me and
he
then played
said,
that clip. I was like, wow, he just added me to end the stream. Okay.
Hey, boss. By the way, yeah, when you did your Diddy thing on your second channel, yeah, there was something behind your sofa.
What are you talking about?
There was something behind your sofa in the windowsill. You want to tell everyone what you put there?
What are you
it was a
talking
baby
about?
oil.
It was a
Uh-oh.
bottle of baby oil. This man had a bottle of baby.
Subscribe to Bazana Reacts. Big up yourself, and we're out of here. Peace. Not the Johnson and Johnson.